Mr. Rawat, what do you think? Do you believe that the EC can crack down more effectively on appeals to caste and religion?
In fact, EC has been doing a lot on this score, hate speech and appeal for votes on caste, religion, etc. It's only the opposition's allegations which are shaping the perception. And therefore, let EC think on these lines that whatever they are doing, they should look a little bit more for optics as well. I think that will really stand them in good stead.
Mr. Gopal Swami, your sense?
Yeah.
Do we need to do more to curb hate speech that divides communities? You remember Bal Thackeray all those years ago was disqualified eventually by the Supreme Court.
Everything that needs to be done has to be done. There is no exception at all, whosoever it is. Every contestant has to be, whosoever it is, has to be pulled up if he has crossed the red line. There should be no, but it cannot be based on perceptions. That's what I'm trying to say. The EC has a job. It should do the job, and it is doing the job. Only thing is, there cannot be any count. You know, there are 2% on this side, other 2% on that other side. No, that's not the way it should be done. It should be done on the merits of the matter, and not based on mere perception, saying that that person violated and I didn't violate. Why you charged me and he didn't charge? No, all that is immaterial. What the EC has to ensure that the whosoever it is, he is pulled up if the red line is crossed.
Can I ask all of you, you all have all been experienced IAS officers before you all joined the Election Commission. Are you satisfied? And I want honest answers from you, starting with, I know you'll give me an honest answer, Mr. Lavasa. The present system of appointing election commissioners, are you okay with it? Or do you believe you should have had a Chief Justice as part of the selection committee? Otherwise, at the end of the day, the government has a majority, 2 ministers of the government, including the Prime Minister and just the leader of the opposition. Would you like to see a review of that system? Or do you believe that the people who manage our election commissions are officers of integrity?
I think the two things that you said, they are not necessarily complementing each other. That a meritorious person doesn't get selected by the way the committee is composed. But that having said, I think optically it is always good to have a broad-based selection committee so that I mean, you have participation of people who are not involved in, directly involved in the administration or government. And if they are also party to the selection process, to that extent, I think it lends it more credibility.
Mr. Gopal Swami, do you believe that there should be a review of the way election commissioners are selected?
Let me put it this way. Maybe you can expand the size of the committee, but I am very clear that there should be no induction of anybody from the judiciary for the simple reason that the ultimate arbiter in the whole matter is the judiciary. Now, imagine a situation where somebody from the judiciary is a member and this election goes bad. Will you go and tell the honorable court saying that Mr. Justice so-and-so, you were sitting there, it has backfired. You've done a bad job. Will you do that? I don't think that should be done at all. They should not. The high office of the judiciary should not be brought down to this kind of a thing.
Okay.
You
Mr.
can
Rawat,
broadcast the thing with anybody else.
Mr. Rawat, your view, do you believe that the way of choosing election commissioners should be re-looked at?
Not at all, because in our scheme of things, Parliament, in their own wisdom, whatever law they have enacted as per the direction of Supreme Court and as per the provision in the Constitution, I think our country has to run on that.
Okay, I'm going to ask all of you one last little slightly different kind of question. What's your best moment and worst moment of being election commissioner? Do you remember, Mr. Lavasa, your favorite moment? What's the best thing about being an election commissioner and the most difficult thing of being one?
I think the best moments were when you toured the country, when you met people and saw their enthusiasm in being part of this entire election process, especially people who are disadvantaged. I think those moments are worth remembering. And of course, enforcement of the Model Code of Conduct, I think, is quite a formidable task because it has raised extraordinary expectations on the part of the people.
Okay, Mr. Gopal Sami, your favorite moment and your most difficult moment?
Yeah, the bringing in of the photographs on the electoral roll is my best moment. That is something which we worked on for nearly 1.5 years to put it in operation for the 2009 election. The worst you can say is that whatever we could do, we did, but I don't think we were ever be able to control the money power or muscle power. Is you rightly mentioned that in certain parts of the country the muscle power was predominating. That was totally eliminated, but not the money power. That's something which is a great regret.
Okay, let me twist it to you, Mr. Rawat. Are politicians today better behaved, you think, than they were 25, 30 years ago?
Circumstances have changed. Earlier, politicians did not have that kind of contestation. So, depending on the circumstances, today's politicians are doing their bit. They are doing very well. And in earlier times, whatever they were doing according to the circumstances available then. However, I'll also like to say that when we annulled 3 elections,
right,
3 constituencies because of the excessive money distribution, having vitiated the election environs, that was our best moment, and we felt proud that even the judiciary upheld those elections, those decisions.
Mr. Lavasa, therefore, as we go into the 2024 elections, it starts in 2 weeks' time. Should we all be satisfied that Indian electoral democracy, I'm not looking at the other aspects, Indian electoral democracy is alive and well, or do you believe with all these arrests, IT notices, an atmosphere has been created? And it's not just me, but global commentary suggesting Indian electoral democracy is under threat. Is that excessive, alarmist?
I think we should be positive and we should be on the watch.